Hello everyone, it's DA here. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you are doing fantastic. Usually in Division 2, pistols are seen as a backup weapon, and unless you're running a shield build, most players don't have a reason to draw their sidearm. Often because the DPS of pistols are a little bit tricky compared to other primaries and secondaries, the range is often low and the recoil pattern of the most powerful ones such as the Liberty tend to throw you off a little bit with its crazy aim and its powerful kick. So I decided to challenge myself, or should I say, dare myself to make a pistol DPS build, something that I could use against heavies in the game if I have to. And I must say, it took some testing, about a whole week, but at the end of everything, I can gladly say it is finally here. The result of this one is a max crit chance of 60%, 184.7 critical damage, 140% headshot damage, and 6% damage to armor. This deals an average of 1.4 million damage per shot, DPS ranging between 7 and 8.4 million. I call this build Carnage. It is a build that utilizes 3 Providence pieces, 1 Douglas and Holden piece, 1 Gruppo, and a Coyote's mask, which can also be substituted for a Punch Drunk named piece. On the chest piece I am using Glass Cannon, and on the backpack I have the Vigilance on it as well. This is because this build comes with a playstyle of its own, close and calculated. I utilize the Douglas and Holden piece for the pistol damage and the Gruppo piece for the extra critical damage. Now you're wondering, why am I using Coyote's mask instead of something else? Well, I am using Coyote's mask for that bonus 25% critical damage that it deals to enemies within 15 meters. This is something that also falls within the range of the pistols as well. This will push my critical damage from 184% to 209%. That is really powerful. And because I will be using the pistol mostly, I paired it up with a long range weapon and a blitz weapon. I have my Nemesis just because I wanted to use it, and I have the Banshee SMG here, which is also a really good blitz weapon. The amazing thing about this build is the fact that though it is not curated for SMG or marksman rifles, these two weapons are still viable and able to destroy enemies in the game even with this build, even in legendary missions. And that's one of the things that you want to focus on when it comes to making builds. Make a build that benefits the supporting cast as well, instead of just that single weapon that you're building for. So with that out of the way, let's get to the center of this build, the pistol. If you are looking for a sidearm that falls between high base damage and a good RPM, then you should definitely give the M45 a try. This weapon comes with a base damage of 109,000 and a fire rate of 310 RPM. I would have used the Liberty or the D50, but the recoil pattern of those are really bad. It's almost like a 45-degree angle recoil pattern, as I explained earlier. And when you're considering the playstyle that you're going for, which is the fast approach, the low RPM of the Liberty will hinder your overall DPS. This pistol is maxed with damage to armor, and it utilizes the Optimus talent, which will then increase the damage as I keep on losing ammo in the magazine. I am using the Sharpshooter specialization for the target acquisition and stability perk, but this part is also a matter of choice. As for the skills, I am using the Revive Hive because I solo a lot, and of course I'm also using the shield, which you can substitute for a Healer Seeker Mind or a Healer Drone. The synergy in this build is within its playstyle. It's a high risk, high reward type of build. It forces you to think differently and think outside of the box and move differently whenever you're in your missions. And it also forces you to choose which enemies to attack first, almost like a ghost. And that is one of the beautiful things about the playstyle with this build. This is a very dangerous build. It can get you killed, but the best part about it is that you're going to have a lot of fun using it. Now, before we go, one last reason to use a sidearm is going to be that you will never run out of ammo. And if anything, that is a win in my book. Thanks for watching. Hope you find this informative. I'll see you in the next one.
You can have all these other ads. I will
All
sit
right,
here
kill
and
these
watch.
enemies.
This is all you, Ed. Except for this
Good
guy
luck.
that's aggressively charging us.
Oh, there he goes. Oh,
Okay.
see ya.